It is totally a family. And, we show up for each other. We pray for each other, It's way more than anything I've ever seen. People need to look better, feel better, live better. What I love about this is that it really makes you realize that I believe in miracles. I'm getting to watch them happen all over the place. Anyone and everyone can do this. Anyone and everyone can do it. I love to be an encouragement, and I'm excited that people are going to get a chance to see my story, because when you go to the movies and it gets really scary in the middle of it, you totally feel it, and it's like sometimes you don't even want to watch it. But once you've watched that movie and you go through it again, you already know what's going to turn out. And that's why I love what we do. We get a chance to say, I understand exactly where you're at. I understand that you don't have the money. I understand that you don't have the time. I understand how you feel. Exactly how I was. But this is what I found. You say yes to this, and you can be as skeptical as you want. But I get to see the end of the movie. And I can tell you not only about my movie, but I can tell you about so many others. I live in a little town, Burlington, Kansas. I always say 3,600 people, 2 stoplights, Sonic and Dairy Queen. And I was running my own business, a brick and mortar store, but it was cabinets and flooring and paint and lighting. When you have kids, it's one of those things as a small business, you don't ever get to turn it off. So, I'd be at work, I'd get calls from my kids, and I knew where my heart was. I wanted to be with them. It's like I felt like I wasn't really present a lot of the time. We'd have the design center, then I'd go home, 7 kids at that point in my life, and I would be getting calls from contractors or customers or whatever, so it's pretty much on 24/7. And, I was on that treadmill of life that, someone was just pushing, go faster, go faster. And, my kids and the people I love the most were getting the least of me. Here I was running my own business. I was stressed, kind of beaten down in life, really, trying to care for 7 kids and a business when I was having a hard time caring for myself, I was at my highest weight ever, and I was at my highest stress level ever up till the day that changed my life. One of my best friends of my life I'd done business with 15 years prior, who had been really successful in the industry. So she called me, she goes, listen, we got products here, you got to take a look at this. I think it's going to be really big. She goes, listen, they got a happy pill you can fill within an hour. I'm like, I need a truckload of happy pills right now. She tells me these stories. She goes, listen, within 2 weeks I was back in my clothes. I put 7 people on the product. They all got results. And at that time, it sounded really good to me. She said that, really, monthly bonuses, travel incentive. So all of that was good, but for me, where I was in my life, I needed more income. Anyway, so 2 days later, I call her up and I said, hey, I ordered 4 kits. And I did it a little different because I knew if I was gonna take these products and they really worked and I trusted her, then I needed to find out not only if it worked for me, but if it worked for everyone else, right? So I had 4 kits and I had some people do it with me just like she did. It ended up that, gosh, it worked. I mean, here I'd been having this dark cloud that was following me around in my life at that point. And by day 3, I think day 3 and day 5 are the magical days. I was dark cloud gone, waking up rested, and I was getting so much done in my day. I couldn't believe it. It added time in my day because I had the energy to do it. 90 days in, I was down 44 pounds. And we went out to lunch with my older girls and they said, man, Mom, we wish you would have had this when we were growing up. Because, they got to see a mom that was not on the sidelines, watching people play, but getting to play with them. Not only are we getting energy, feeling and looking a lot better, we're also being able to be a lot more, I was a lot more there for my kids. And they say when your passion equals profit, you're in the right place. And it's my passion's people. My passion's being able to, let people experience what I have, which is to be present with my kids, to be able to dream and go and do. When I knew everything had totally changed, before it was about living paycheck to paycheck or whatever, balancing, doing the juggling act that so many people do. The first big thing that had happened was about 14 months in, and I had, had cash to buy this couch. I went in there and they were doing 36 months interest-free. And I fill out the application and the lady goes walking off and she comes back and she goes, oh, honey, you have to put how much you make a month, not a year. And I was and my daughter was there and her roommate from college. She goes, oh my gosh, Mom, that's a good story. And she goes, what is it that you do? And I'm here I am, this, mom of 7 from Burlington, Kansas, that's what I make a month, not a year. It's crazy. When Zing came out, this is a true story. You know, we had samples and we didn't have the product yet, and Brandy got a call from the post office and said, "What in the world is going on here? There was all these boxes." She goes, "We can't even get him out." Where does that happen? You know, in a little town, we actually shut the post office down from too many orders of Zing. One of the things that I love most about what I get to do now is I get to give. You know, I get to be a big giver. This year, my daughter's doing this internship at the International House of Prayer in Kansas City, and they have the City of Hope, which is a downtown version of it, and we're tying blankets for there. They have a lot of different needs, making some different boxes together. So, you know, we get a chance to do that, and that's the thing that makes all the difference in the world. People wonder how from a small town, in any small town, anywhere, that you could build a business to getting a chance to build a dream home. And I love the fact that this company makes it so people can work a full-time job, have kids, and still build an income. And you know, when you're a little kid, you believe you can do anything and everything. And as you get older, you get those no's in your life and it just gets tough. And, you know, you stop dreaming. And I think that, you know, on day 3, my dreams opened up for me again. I don't know how many times you've been told no in your life and what you believe you deserve, but we can help you believe you deserve, because the opportunity, you know, to grow yourself and be able to start right exactly where you're at and move forward, you never know where you're gonna be. Everybody always says gets this box of hope and they do it for this certain reason, but what they end up pulling out of there is nothing that they expected, and way better.